Don't forget the doc. Several network participants recently called into Dr. Rick Wright's Old School Sundays radio show. Check this out.
Let's go to Boston, Massachusetts, home of the New England Patriots, getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday, next Sunday, and find the genius of the music world. Formerly of the new decade of years ago here in Syracuse, New York. Now he's a big-time college administrator, lawyer, rich and famous. Boston, Massachusetts' pride, enjoyed the Berklee School of Music. John Kellogg. How you doing, John Kellogg?
I'm doing fine, Dr. Wright. How are you today?
Hey, man, how are you doing? Y'all getting ready for the Super Bowl out there in Boston, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, man, you say it's going to be a carve-up of the New York Giants next week. That's you telling me, huh?
Well, we'll see, man. It's two tough teams, man, but I'm really impressed with how the Patriots are playing. They got a great team.
Well, how's the music industry doing in these crazy economic times, man?
Well, it is a crazy time, and that's what we're going to talk about today, Dr. Wright. Hello, Power 106.9 listeners. John Kellogg here with The Biz, a report on the business behind the music, because everybody knows somebody in the music business. Dr. Wright, today we're going to talk about what happened in the record business in 2007.
Oh, please tell me. I've been reading some distressing news.
You're right. Well, that's what I have to tell you. Unfortunately, 2007 was a rough year for record companies. CD album sales were down almost 19% from 2006. The holiday sales season was particularly bad. Usually the busiest time of the year for music retailers, the last 6 weeks of last year saw sales declines of 17% from the prior year.
17%?
17%. But there were some positive signs in 2007. Josh Groban's album, Noel, that was released October 7th, sold 3.6 million CD albums in less than 3 months. Sales of digital download albums increased over 50% from 2006, representing 10% of all albums sold. Digital single sales also soared 43% in 2007, led by Soulja Boy Tellum's Crank That, selling 2.7 million downloads. And Power 6 106.9 listeners, if you don't know about the Soulja Boy dance, you better ask your children, because everybody's doing it.
Oh.
Last year, you heard about that dance, right, Dr. Wright?
Yeah, I'm hearing about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do the Soulja Boy dance with my one-day britches on, man.
That's right. Well,
story.
Like I said, it sold 2.7 million downloads. Last year, 220 million ringtones were sold. The best-selling master tone sold last year was Buy You a Drink by T-Pain. Now, that song's got a great melody, and I guess other people feel the same way, because it sold 2.3 million units. The sale of albums in all genres was down from 2006, but the genre that suffered the greatest decline was rap, down 30% from the prior year. But check this out, 106.9 listeners. R&B album sales experienced the slightest decline of all the genres, down only 6.5% from 2006 numbers. So I guess it just goes to show you that the music you love, 106.9 listeners, R&B, is just what we know it to be, the greatest music on radio. Congratulations to you listeners for continuing to support Dr. Wright and the entire Power 106.9 team that continues to bring you the best in R&B music, the real soul of America.
Oh, John Kellogg, Esquire, man, you are the real deal. You know, the technological adjustments for the distribution and marketing of music is what's happening right now. That's a whole new world, man.
It really is, and that's what I tell my students and everybody that asks me about what's happening in the record business. I said, look, this is just a transition that we're going through. You remember when cassette tapes came out and the dual cassette decks came out?
Yes.
And people were copying from their albums and giving their tapes away. Everybody predicted that the record industry was over then. But, as we found out, things went and continued on. It even went to greater heights when CDs came out. And I expect the same thing to happen over the next 10 years. We're just going through a transitional phase where we're transferring the allegiance from CDs over to digital downloads. And that transition will probably take about 5 to 10 years. But the music industry is thriving and is going to continue to thrive.
And I keep telling everybody, all you need is an act that attracts. I mean, good music that's got good song and good story will always sell.
Absolutely. We got to have it. We got to have that good music, and it's always going to be there. And R&B, like I said in this report, is the real soul of America and is the real deal, and you're the one that's making it happen, Dr. Wright. You and the Power 106.9 team.
Well, John Kellogg, Assistant Director of the Berklee School of Music in the great city of Boston, Massachusetts. Pleasure having you on air and having you as my in-resident musical expert here at Power 106.9 Radio. And John, the new decade is still on your smile, huh?
All right, then. You've got it, Dr. Wright. Talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Check you later. John Kellogg, checking in from Boston, Massachusetts. Brother is the real.
The network reminds you that you too may call in to Dr. Rick Wright on Sundays between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check in with the doc at area code 315-428-1069. Don't forget the doc.